Good morning, friends. So last night, Leah was pulling fur, and this morning there's some blood over here, and a big glob of, I would assume, frozen afterbirth or something over here. It's really cold today, so it's understandable why it'd be frozen. But she was nesting in this nest box, so let's see. Yay! Constance, if you eat even one little bit of one of these babies, you will be dead in like 5 minutes. Oh, looks like they've already been eaten a little bit. 1, beautiful, 2, 3, little runt, 12. Some of them are hurt, some of them are dead, but I just need to get Constance out of here. She's gonna go in the cage later today. We're gonna eat her. She's got 2 chances, and both of them she has failed on. You cannot be a proper colony rabbit if you eat other rabbits' babies. Come here, Constance. Come here. You naughty, naughty girl. Alright, everybody, say your goodbyes. I actually have to run and milk. I should probably take care of those babies and get any dead ones or hurt ones out of there and figure out what to do, but I'm really late for milking, so I'm gonna do that first and then finish with the rabbits. Alright, so I finished milking the goats, and I finished doing the rest of the animal chores. I'm inside now, and I'm gonna try to figure out who the dad of these babies are, and also record this litter with y'all. Let's find Leah's file. The situation we have with Leah is interesting. I'm not sure if this is her first litter or her second litter. The situation is, according to my more detailed breeding records, sometime in late May, either Izzy or Leah gave birth to 3 kits. 2 were broken black and 1 was a Japanese harlequin. We tried to bottle feed them because the moms weren't caring for them, and they all died. At that point, Izzy and Leah were together in a tractor with some other young does. So she was born January, then in May, so she would have been like 5 months old, so they were just barely old enough to be able to breed. So the babies were scattered everywhere. They weren't in a nest box. But in addition to scattered babies, there was some fur, and the fur was white and black and orange, which is the exact same color as Izzy, who's a tricolor. She's a broken harlequin. I assumed they were her babies because it was her fur that was pulled. So I took the pulled fur in the babies and put them all in a nest box, and put the nest box back in the tractor so that if Izzy, who I assumed was the mom, was going to nurse them, then she could have the opportunity to before I took them away to try bottle feeding them. But the weird thing was, Izzy wasn't interested in them at all, and that's, pretty normal. Rabbits aren't usually super lovey-dovey on their babies, but Leah was. She was kind of guarding the nest, or she'd sniff in the nest and make sure the babies were okay, and it was weird. So she was acting like the mom when the kit's coloring was more like Izzy's, and it was her fur pulled. So I don't know if Leah just was exposed to all of Izzy's hormones and just felt very mothery when she wasn't actually the mom, or if Leah had pulled fur from Izzy, like in a fight, or like snuck fur from her or something weird, and used her sister's fur as she was maybe trying to make a bit of a nest before her first birth. So I can't officially give the litter to anybody, so I'm just going to, for both of them, I'm going to assume that it'll be their first time giving birth, even though obviously one of them it'll be their second time. So this current litter we have is Leah's official first litter. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about the father. As y'all know, with all of the breeding by hand and then switching to colonies and switching out bucks in the colony, it has been and is continuing to be hard to tell who the dad of these baby bunnies are, both in some previous litters and this litter, and probably a few litters to come. So on February 20th, we took most of our rabbit breeders from a whole bunch of different temporary setups and put them in the newly built colony. Sylvan, our French Angora buck, was the main breeder at that point in the colony, until a couple days later we switched him out for Sterling, the spotted meat mutt buck. So Leah gave birth today, which is March 18th. That is 26 days after the earliest time she could have possibly been bred, which is the day we put her with a buck in the colony. Alright, so we've covered the history. Now let's get into the present day and record this litter. I also have to get her a breeding sheet because she doesn't have one yet. So for things like this, I found you need both a pen and a pencil, because while some things you want to stand out and be permanent and be beautiful, some things you need to be erasable because things change. So I used to have this awesome system set up of different rabbits being represented by different colors, but that's all disappeared now that I have all these new breeders and the old ones have been passing away. So do I want to start a new system or no? Let's see, I have kind of Acrobat's purple, that's left over from a while ago. Jolty's black. No, maybe I want her to be orange because she's like pretty much orange. So maybe I'll just put like an orange heart. Oh wait, Jolty's dead. I forgot. I butchered her. Okay, so this will go in the past breeder thing. Zoo Lily's blue and Cattails passed away. I need to update this, you guys. I'll keep Constance in here for now. She doesn't have a birth sheet though because she hasn't had babies yet. Izzy, her full name's Islanzati, which is so weird to me. I never call her that. Okay, her, and then, oh, is this the mystery litter? I wrote it on her thing. Is that what happened? Is that her? I thought it was, see, this is June, but the other one said late May, so I guess it could have been, I guess this will be on her record sheet. It's in pen, so I can't erase it. I wish I would have done pencil, because, like, usually if I have stuff I want to erase later, I just do it in pencil, but, oh well. So, she has a breeding sheet. But her coloring is black, what I wrote her name on. I don't want it to be black. I want it to be all color coordinated because it's really helpful if you just see light blue. You know it's always Zuzu. We have pink, green, a little dark green. I had other pens, but I guess these will be good for now. I kind of want the two twins to kind of coordinate. Ooh, last time I had sisters, it was Latilia and Cambria, so I could do that again. I could do Islanzati and Leah. Jezalia. Okay, I like that. So Izzy is going to have a heart in light green to indicate Izzy. Leah. Leah. And because her name's already in green, I don't have to worry about doing a heart by it. So, let's record everything we know for sure. Sylvan. Yes, Sylvan was the buck. And then the breed date, I guess it could have been like the day after or something, but I really do think it could have been the first day. So I'll just put February 20th, 23. Kindle date, I know that for sure, so in pen, March.18.23. Born total. I think I counted 12 when I was out there, so I'm in pencil though, because I could have counted wrong. I'll do 12. Died total. I think there was one stillborn in there, so I'm going to put 1 for now. And then it's in pencil, so I can erase it and change it if more die. I mean, with such a large litter, and it being a first-time mom, and there being some babies who have wounds, it probably at least some will die. So that's just like an overview. So in more detail, I write it down in here. You know, sometimes I can just look back at a video and see what I was talking about, like for this litter, but sometimes I don't video in detail every single litter I got, especially a couple years ago when I was having so many babies. We will put in Leah's color dark green, March 1823. So now if I flip back, I could just know it's Leah by the color. So easy. And then how do I have this formatted? I haven't written down litters for so long. Well, I have recently, but like it's still kind of getting used to it again. So then I put the mother, Leah, and the buck, Sylvan. Then notes. First, how many were born? 12. Pencil for this. 11. Surviving. Colors. No idea on colors. I'm going to leave 2 empty spaces for that. Notes. Were chewed by Connie. None died from that. Parentheses. Yet. Another note. Mama built good nest cold. Oh, it's so hard to write with the camera in the way. Okay. Some fur had kits in nest box. So this way I can flip back through litters and tell if a mom is a good mom, if a mom is a bad mom. On this official record sheet, you can't really tell how the mom does or like what the baby's died from. You just have like the bare minimum, but this I can take more notes on. Yay! All their stuff inside is done, so now I can go outside and do a more thorough check on the babies, look at their condition, look at their coloring, look at their size, recount them all. It'll be super exciting. Right, so it looks like the temperature outside is 33 and there are spurts of pretty bad windy wind. So I guess because there's so many babies, it won't be super bad to, take them out of the nest box and check them for a while. It's not too cold, but the wind just really gets ya. But I guess there's so many that they'll be able to warm up again pretty fast. So now that Leah had babies, I've had to pause remodeling the colony because I don't want to mess up her nest box area or stress her out at all. I want to give her as much chance to be a good mom as she possibly can have. So, maybe if her babies die of starvation in 3 days, we'll get back to colony work pretty fast. I'm happy to wait 2 or 3 weeks if she continues to be a good mom to keep remodeling the colony. Obviously, I'm not done and it doesn't look very pretty, but it's not dangerous for the rabbits to be in here or anything, so for the most part I think it's okay. Alright, let me grab another thing. So once I finish checking a baby, I can put it in this other place so it doesn't get confused with the other ones I haven't checked yet. Look at that! Was all that fur in here last time? No, I feel like she's pulled more fur since then. That's really good, because in the beginning it was just a little bit, but now that's a lot of fur. Wow, that's a good sign. Alright, so these are Sylvan's babies and Leah's babies. So we have a really awesome chance of beautiful colors here. This top one, let's see, all his limbs and ears are good. Has some cuts on his back, but that's okay. If you recall, we've had kits get hurt before, and I don't treat them in any way. And most of the time they heal up just fine. I think of all the babies I've had limbs chewed off and ears chewed off and huge scratches on their back. I think one baby got an infected foot and I culled it because it was infected, but all the rest of the time, all those other kids were just fine. They healed up by themselves, so I'm not too worried. This is 2. No scratches at all, looks like. That's really good. And those both are pink. Here's a little third pink one. All the limbs are here, no scratches at all. That's number 3. Hope you guys can see okay with all the shadow and sun. Here's number 4. No scratches at all. Nice full belly. That's good. Oh, 5. Little 5. Scratch on his back. Little nick, but all his ears and limbs are good. It's number 5. Here's a number 6. All his body parts are here. 7 looks pretty much good. I see a tiny little bit maybe on his tail, but 7. Let's see, 8. Ooh, this one is a spotted one, but it has a whole bunch of scratches on his bum. But all his limbs and ears are okay. 7. Ooh, little 8. All the limbs and ears look okay. No scratches. This one's beautiful. It's like a darkish gray colory thing. I don't know what color this is going to turn out to be. There's so many chances of different colors, but all his limbs and ears are okay. Tiny scratches, but not very much. Is that what I say, number 9? Here's 10. This one's so tiny. Oh no. His ears and 3 limbs look okay. The 4th one, though, is pretty messed up. This guy might pass away just because of the immobility that would cause. But I say 9, 10, I lost count. This one, oh, it's tiny, but it's fat. Bit of the ears chewed off, but not super much, just a cut. A few cuts on his body. All his feet are okay, though. What's that, 11? I feel like there was one. Oh, here's a little dead one. Oh, big dead one. This one's huge. Oh, it has a big cut on its back. I'm not sure if it just died of natural causes because it was the 12th baby. It looks pretty big, but it does kind of look a little misshapen, maybe. The cut is pretty bad too, so I don't know what killed it, but something did. So I guess out of 11 babies with a huge attack as their newborns, having one not survive is pretty good. I think that's all of them. 1, 2, 10, 11, and 12. So are there 13 total? 12? I'll just have to keep counting because I think I counted pretty right. Maybe when I'm looking back at the footage, it'll be clearer. Okay. So that's super exciting. It looks like we have a large possibility of colors. So I'm excited to see these baby bunnies grow up into nice, big, fat, healthy meat rabbits with beautiful colors. And hopefully that's the case and they don't all die. Alright, now I've got to feed this little dead guy and use his sacrifice to the fullest by feeding him to one of our dogs. Then we have to talk more about Constance. The terrible, awful Constance. Hey, Fang, want a treat? Do you want this one? Oh, good boy. Good, that's so gentlemanly. Good boy. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, Connie, we're going to talk about you. So Constance is now where Acrobat used to be before Cattail took over part of her cage. She has these 3 holes. Hi. Oh no, they're climbing on me. Okay, and then Acrobat's babies still have the other half of the cage. It's split into 2 halves. So the more I've thought about it, the more I've realized I think Constance was one of the does who Sylvan was breeding all the time too. And she's more than a year old and hasn't had any babies yet, so she's very much due for a litter in the next week or so. So I'm thinking maybe instead of butchering her right away out of spite, I'll keep her separate from any other living rabbit and let her have a chance to give birth. And if she doesn't give birth, then I'll cull her. It's happened before with other rabbits that their personality changes completely once they become a mom and stays that way. So I guess maybe that'll be the case for Constance. Or I guess maybe we just keep her as a solitary rabbit and let her raise babies by herself. Or maybe she will eat her own babies and then we for sure cull her. But part of me doesn't feel like that comfortable sentencing a whole litter of babies to death by culling their mom before they're ready to be born, when there could be a chance that she becomes a great mom. And even if she just has one litter, then that'll be like, 6, 8, 10 babies who we have to butcher for meat. So I think I was a bit hasty when I said I was going to butcher her today. She definitely is not going back in the colony ever again, and never having access to any other babies except for her own ever again. But maybe I'll give her one last chance to at least be good with her own babies, and we'll see how that goes from here. I think that covers everything. I'm going to end this video here. Thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next video I post soon. Bye!